And more about bugs, things you need to look out for, and how to prevent and maintain. About Your House is brought to you in part by PutToolsInSchools.org, connecting students to tools of the trades and raising awareness of the many career pathways. About Your House is also brought to you in part by Queen City Home Store. Queen City Home Store is a family-owned store that's been serving the Carolinas for over 70 years. They're the largest independent appliance retailer in the Carolinas, constantly growing and taking pride in the experience that they offer customers with a knowledgeable sales staff, product selection, and lowest price guarantee. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some time with us. And now, here's your host, Ray Terry.
And welcome back to hour number 2 with Les Grattan, Grattan Pest Solutions. And heard every Saturday morning on Fox Sports Charlotte, 9 to 11 a.m. Download the free app, stream it live anywhere. Every Saturday morning, 9 to 11 a.m. Fox Sports Charlotte. Every Tuesday, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, both About Your House channel and Put Tools in Schools channels. There's 2 channels there. Downloaded streaming live every Tuesday morning, 10 till noon. Every Tuesday morning, 10 till noon, About Your House. Streaming live on YouTube. Like, subscribe, do all you know to do. Doesn't hurt. It helps us a little bit, so go ahead and do it. You know the routine. Les Grattan this morning talking pest control. It's that time of the year. I wouldn't call it migratory time, but it's definitely a time where the bugs are moving.
Yeah, definitely getting more calls for, again, ants and roaches mostly. Actually, I'll tell you what, we're getting a lot of mosquito calls, people wanting mosquito prevention, mosquito service for their properties.
Well, before the break there, top of the hour break, we were talking about gutters and possible avenues of mosquito infestations and the mosquito breeding areas and that sort of thing.
Right.
You know, mosquitoes are a big concern with a lot of people. You know, I'm a very lucky person. Mosquitoes do not bother me. Mosquitoes will not bite me. I don't know why, but they don't. But I like it. Mosquitoes are a big nuisance in the summer months. A lot of pest control companies are spraying. Let's talk about that. I see that look come on your face there.
Yeah, it's a service that a lot of people, a lot of homeowners are
looking for,
wanting, you know, to because they have, the grandkids are over, they're having parties, and they request a Thursday, Friday treatment for the weekend, that type of thing. The methods of treatment. We do a lot of mosquito work, and we actually have an integrated approach as well, not just the word spray. Ask anybody in my office. I hate that word spray, but anyway, the application, it's fine.
When it hit the market, Les, when that spray fog, whatever you want to call it. I mean, there was one company that came in Charlotte and really did some marketing and everything. And it became very popular. Then other pest control companies got on board with it and everything. Personally speaking, I'm going to tell you, I don't like it. I hate it.
Okay.
Because it's a chemical. It's a chemical you're putting in the air, and I don't give a darn what you tell me.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Oh, really?
Sorry.
Okay.
I mean,
I understand that.
I'm sorry. I don't believe crap anymore. We got chemtrails in the sky outside, and people say, "Oh, that's conspiracy theory." No, it's not, you idiot. Look in the sky. God.
So
tell us how you really feel, Ray.
Well, I mean, come on. Look at the sky. What do you see?
Yeah.
I see the same
no,
thing
they're not
you see.
Contrails.
But then again, people would say I'm a little cuckoo.
I don't care what they say. You
just
are.
Let the nest. And they're right, and you're right, but yeah.
But no, seriously, and that's why, because it's chemical less.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And you got residual. I mean, chemicals are chemicals.
Yeah, I get it. And so the application is very important. How we apply the chemical. So
going back to those instructions.
Yeah. So and then some. We actually we follow the instructions, but we're very mindful of flowering plants, pollinating plants, wind direction, rain. all those things play a part. A lot of times we abort treatments because of those things hinder, our
Well, they hinder
treatment.
the application.
Yeah, but not with everybody. See, I'm just saying there are people that, that will go out and still do a treatment. We try, I've seen treatments being performed by other people where they're taking the backpack, which we have
Sure.
a power backpack, and they're just treating the tree canopy. And I'm going, oh my God, so that's just, it's getting dispersed. So that's a problem, but I haven't seen that in a while. But so we're regulated by North Carolina Department of Agriculture and
Sure.
Consumer Services. This is the Pest Management Association gift I got, but my water bottle. I tell the guys if there's sprinkles on the windshield, if you're using windshield wipers, we're not, reschedule. So a lot of times we reschedule a treatment. So with the backpack adulticiding application treatments that we provide, we're very strict about how we apply
This
it.
is a mosquito application.
This is for mosquitoes, yep. And we also have a service with the traps. We use mosquito traps.
Right.
And some people exclusively just use the traps in their yard, and we get really good results for them, which has a insecticide that's impregnated into the plastic jug, and there's a reason why it's designed the way it is. It's black and red, and
Sure.
we hang it in areas where there's very little wind. It's moist and shaded. Those are areas where adult mosquitoes like to hang out and rest. So So when we're doing the adulticiding, we focus those areas. So anyway, we offer the integrated approach, just the integrated approach with the baits, the mosquito trap, or as a combination as well, or just the backpack. So we have several programs.
How's the
plans.
backpack and fogging and spraying working, Les? How effective is it? Now I know
It's a contact kill with the mosquitoes. The way we apply it towards the structure, we treat around bases of trees, and we treat around the bases of the structure of the home, exterior structure. We're not shooting it up in tree canopies or anything like that. And we're really, being a pest control operator, there's rules and regulations about how we can do things, right?
I understand that.
And so we're supposed to be directing it towards structures. That's important. We always want to, North Carolina Department of Agriculture is very mindful about training and
doing correctly.
doing things really the right way for the homeowners in North Carolina. So we're all a part of that. That's why
it has been very popular. At first, when it came out, I called Brian
Brian
Hello.
Wyndham. Yeah.
and talked to him. They didn't do it initially, but then they got on because it's so widely accepted now
Yep.
that it's used by a great many pest control
Yeah.
companies.
So the worry about is a non-target, they'll call it animals, pest.
Right.
Like, the honeybees, people have I'll say this about the product we use, and I didn't realize this until one of our clients he researched it so thoroughly. The product we use, actually, they treat for bee mites inside hives
Oh, really?
to kill the mites. And it's a method of application. I'm not sure how it's done, but I'm not a beekeeper.
Right.
But I thought that was pretty cool. And once our product dries, it doesn't affect pollinators. And it dries, and you don't use a lot of chemical either. To these mosquitoes, it doesn't take much product. So once it dries, it doesn't affect pollinators.
Gotcha.
And it dries pretty quick.
Oh, we're definitely entering the mosquito season. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and again, prevention. We do also provide larviciding with standing water, larviciding those dunks.
Yeah, those little pellets or whatever they are.
Yep, you can put those in water that just never dries up, right?
Yeah.
So in areas.
Bird feeders.
Bird
for
feeders,
example.
yeah. A lot of times the guys just blow the water out of the bird feeders, and then after they do the treatment, and then they usually put water in.
Gotcha.
But Yeah, we put the dunks in the bird feeders as well. But yeah, so we get good results with that.
What are the pesty this time of the year? One of the biggest pests that we, as homeowners, are carpenter bees.
Yeah, so carpenter bees got a boy.
Have they come out yet?
I just want to say they've come and gone at my house. I get a lot of them.
So they've come and went.
Yeah, but they could show up depending on where they're coming out of. You know, they overwinter, and then they come out when it gets warm, March, April. And full force, they were coming out a few weeks ago when we had that April warmth, that warm weather.
I hadn't seen many this year. That's why I was curious.
And they pollinate to a certain point too. The carpenter bees do. But I kind of feel sorry for them when I catch them at my house. I'll let them go, or sometimes there's traps, and I'll plug these guys because these are the ones we tell our clients to buy.
Sure.
Best Bee Brothers is a
Best Bee Brothers.
Yep, and I think they're out of Wisconsin, and they build these traps. You can get them on Amazon, but that's what we recommend because it's a prevention that way. They're rather than them starting to work on the structure of your home. And then they put a hole in, and once they drill that hole up really high, you can't get to it.
Right.
They usually go up behind gutters, the fascia board.
Behind the rear of the fascia and the back side.
You see the
sawdust.
Yeah, and their excrement.
Right.
And they always go up. They usually go up about an inch, and then they always turn right for some reason.
Yes, they do.
They always turn right.
They bore the most perfect hole you've ever seen through the center of a board.
Fence, split rail fence I've seen thousands of them come out of a split rail fence.
Oh, yeah.
In Matthews one time, I told him I wouldn't even spend the money to treat. Just replace your rails. Just replace the wood.
Well, I remember doing a remodel job one year, and they had cedar siding, bevel siding on a house, lap siding, cedar.
Yeah, cedar.
And we had to take the cedar off that wall. And when we took it off the wall, we saw many, because cedar's very soft. Mm-hmm. We saw many carpenter bee holes. What was funny is when I went to cut them up as firewood kindling.
Right.
I would see the holes in the interior of the wood.
Right.
I was just totally blown away at the
how they honed it out.
How they honed it out so perfectly.
Yeah, half inch.
But carpenter bees will not sting you. Will not sting you.
Well, yeah, the males. So if you get a carpenter bee and it has a little white dot on its forehead, that's the male, and the males don't sting. But the females can sting. But I've never heard of anybody getting stung by a female.
That's what I was told, because I've talked to several persons in your position.
Right.
And they all come up with that. Well, they rarely sting, if ever.
Yep.
Yeah,
they're not. They're just scary. People fear the.
Oh God, I never forget. I tell this story 100 times. I used to do a habitat class for homeowners in progress.
Oh yeah.
And I would have a 2-hour class on Saturday afternoons, at one of their houses, and talk to, new homeowners, because habitat owners never owned a house before, most of them.
Yeah.
And they knew nothing about home ownership or maintenance or upkeep or.
I never knew you did that.
Just general information.
Yeah.
People, and my opening remarks would be, how many of you have ever owned a home? And nobody.
They haven't.
What do you do now when you have a problem? I call my landlord.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? After you close on this habitat house, you're the landlord. Those calls they cease and desist, because now you're responsible. Mm-hmm. And the whole idea of these classes were to tell them information that all homeowners need to know, in my book.
Oh yeah. That's great.
Well, I'd get them out on the front porch to start the class out,
Right.
And it'd be warm this time of the year. And I'd tell them, I said, please, do not be afraid of the bees that swarm around. They're carpenter bees, and they will not sting you. They will not attack you. They will not bother you. They're around you, but leave them alone.
Yeah.
They won't bother you. And sure enough, some woman, she'll go crazy and start swatting the bees.
Oh, yeah.
What in the world did I tell you?
Out of fear. It's fear.
It's just total fear. Total fear. But anyway, they would.
There's a lot of so they come out first, the flying insects, and then pretty soon the flies, the house flies they're showing up.
Yeah, they're showing up now.
And I'll tell you what you need to do if you have a dog like I do. I have a dog that goes all the time outside, and I'm always picking up. So pick up those number 2s in the backyard. Keep them as much as you can and dispose of them or get them away from your living space in your backyard.
Because that draws
the house flies, yeah.
House flies.
Yeah, we had them so bad. Last year, and we have a lot of dogs in our neighborhood, so I'm not sure everybody. Anyway, so I put up traps, fly traps, and
They work.
They really do, and then
They're nasty, but they work.
they're nasty if you put too much water in them, and they fall, and then your dog gets in it.
Right.
It's like getting into a skunk.
That's
It's
just like the fly strips, you know. We're going to talk about this too. The fruit flies or sewer gnats.
Yeah, the fungus gnats.
What'd you call them?
There's fungus gnats that live in plants that people have in their homes.
Right. Well, one year here, the toolbox, I had these flies, little bitty flies. They
Yeah.
were flies. They weren't house flies. They were like gnats.
Tiny gnats, yeah.
Gnats.
That's a good, yeah.
And I could go get the little thing on the wall, the plug-in thing. They work great.
Yeah, yeah.
If you've got little, they're not no-see-ums because you can see them. But,
With the glue board and a light.
one year I had the glue strips,
Yeah.
that kind of uncurl.
Yeah.
I was on the phone and
the house.
somebody could see it. My girlfriend could see them. She said, "Don't tell me those are fly strips." I said, "Okay, I won't."
Yeah, those are housefly strips. But
they work.
And they'll catch.
They catch little bitty bugs.
Yeah. I mean, they don't. Yeah, it's random. But
let's talk about the sewer bugs, the little bitty flies, because I know here where we're at, the landlord over here had an issue with the beauty salons having.
Yeah, I think they solved the problem. I think it corrected the problem, but they come from the plumbing. Phorid flies, PHORID.
Phorid flies.
Phorid flies. But that's a flying insect that comes from plumbing, or it could be, there's scuttle flies. There's several names of the gnats. The drain flies. They call them moth flies.
Well, here in the past week or two, I've seen the
fruit flies.
The progression, more and more little flying insects.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, and let's just talk about where it comes from. They love moisture.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you where mine are coming from. My coffee pot. Whenever I take the grounds out and dump them in the garbage can, well, I'm putting that moisture in that garbage can, and it attracts the flies and the insects. Moisture. Bugs need water.
Yep.
All insects need water. You provide the environment, they're going to come and visit you and take up residence, right? Typically.
Yeah. I mean, if you got conducive conditions that are conducive, and which usually that moisture is a big number one conducive condition, sanitary issues or trash or, those are all conducive conditions. But moisture, water plays a big part of that.
And let me go ahead and be gross. When you got warm garbage collection, you're going to have maggots.
Yeah,
right?
You can with the
you can.
If the trash sits there long enough.
Every year, if you let your trash stay in a warm environment for 2-3 days.
That brings up a story about maggots in a garbage bag that was in a dumpster in a building, such as a building, and it was
maggots are fly larvae.
Dental office at the back door, and they were crawling down they got underneath the door, crawling down the hallway.
Maggots? Oh Lord, that's gross.
And they had so we found the source was very close by, very obvious what the source was, the garbage, but
take your garbage out.
Yeah, and actually take it out and get rid of it.
I like to have Les on the show at least once a year in this time of the year, because as we move into the summer hot months, well, insects, flying insects, crawling insects, bugs, all kind. Tis the season.
Yeah. Yep. Call us anytime at Grattan Pest Solutions. We're always happy to answer questions and come help you solve pest issues. A lot of times people say, I got this little black bug, I don't know what it is. And I say, well, go ahead and put it in a Ziploc bag, set it on your porch, send me your address, and I'll come get it. And I'll take it back to my office and I'll scope it out and identify it and tell you exactly what it is.
So really it all starts with identification.
It really does. You can't just, because by law we have to have a target pest. We got to know what we're treating for.
You can't just blanket it.
Yeah, if you can't, we got whatchamacallits over there. It's like, well, that's not on the label. So
what do you do with ticks? Do you do anything with ticks?
Ticks,
they're not as prevalent in Charlotte, but in the mountain area, I mean, they're getting there more and more.
They were in my backyard a few years ago. My niece, she's on our website actually. My little niece, she was over at our house. She was visiting from Michigan, and we were in the sandbox in the backyard. And ticks like to hang out where there's grass, where there's a transition between the grass and the landscape.
Right.
And they, for whatever reason, they like that. And we found 2 on her. This is a couple, like 3 years ago. It was about this time of year. So, you have children and pets, and if they're outside, you should do a visual inspection to your, if they're outside for a long time before they come in. And that's how they get transferred inside.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
And another way is, mice can bring them in as well if you have a mouse.
There's deer in our backyard. That's why I know deer. They
mice.
can, just deer in general, like the animal that I know sometimes ticks are on deer. I don't have any dogs.
Sure. Yeah, I would imagine they get hitching a ride from.
They can get on a lot of things.
Any animal moving around, pretty much. I think if they're in the right area to pick them up.
Yeah, ticks the ticks are scary when people find them on them. They go nuts.
'Cause you don't know whether it's Lyme disease.
Yeah, I used to get them off my dogs years ago. I'm just having a flashback from years ago.
Right.
I used to, they wouldn't come off, so I just heat up a pin and pull them off that way.
There you go.
And then rubbing alcohol, but they lived to be 15 years old. So
they live what?
They lived to be 15 years old, so they had a good life.
What ticks do?
No, my dogs.
Oh, your dogs. I'm sorry. I didn't know ticks live 15 years. They don't.
No.
Dogs.
They do. That's the dog.
Let me cover my sponsors here. We're talking about mosquitoes and gutters. Well, ABS Insulating, your go-to gutter company. If gutters are kind of out of sight, out of mind. They're high and they collect water. They'll hold water. If over the years the fasteners to your house will let loose and create a pocket for water to stand in, a low area in your gutters, well, there's your perfect breeding grounds for mosquitoes. So it wouldn't hurt if you've got gutter issues to go ahead and call ABS, get them out there. Downspout problems. When you get a subdivision house, it comes with normal, regular downspouts where they're not adequate to carry the water necessary to control the water around your house. You may want to step up to jumbo downspouts. ABS can take care of it. Looking for new downspouts or new gutters, be it barrel gutters, copper gutters, whatever the case may be, they've got it. Not a problem. Gutter protection, also ABS Insulating. So give them a call, go online, absinsulating.com. And also, don't forget their comfort specialty, and that's insulating. Air seal programs, foam insulation, both open and closed cell, bat, mix methodologies. ABS Insulating been in the business a long time. They've got the techniques and the methodologies down, so give them a call. Go online, absinsulating.com. And don't forget Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte, your floor covering go-to store. Yep, but they bring it to you. That's right, mobile showrooms, bringing your flooring to you. Give them a call. Well, go online, yourflooringteam.com. Set up an appointment. They bring it to you no matter where you're at, no matter what your desires or you're leaning to, be it LVP, LVT, ceramic tile, hardwood floor, engineered flooring, custom rugs. They custom bound, custom make rugs. That's Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte. And don't forget the complete go-to home store, Queen City Home Store. That's right, Queen City Home Store. Since 1952, Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliance, now your Queen City Home Store, providing comfort in bedding, furniture, appliances, media. If it's in your home, chances are Queen City Home Store's got you covered. Go online, queencityonline.com, corporate number 704-391-6000. That's Queen City Home Store. Today, we got Grattan Pest Control in the house talking, well, insects, bugs. Speaking of which, I bet you get calls for snakes, don't you?
Great question. Yes. Yeah, we've had snakes.
Snakes aren't insects, by the way.
No, but
they're bigger.
But I have a technician that will be happy to come to your house and.
Oh, you got a snake lover.
Yeah, I do have a snake lover, Danny, and he's great if he's available, if he's in your area. But usually, I've seen one in a commercial building, not too near Russell's Ferry Road, recently, and it was a huge. Looked like a black racer. I think it was a rat.
I was going to say black
racer or a rat snake, but it was coming through a pull down loading dock door, but it was vacant building.
Right.
And it was just on the other side of the wall was the exterior wall, obviously, and it was really hot that day, and it was just kind of coming in to be cool. And
sure.
I just kept going. It's like they're hunters, they're out.
And they're actually
and,
good snakes to have around your house. And a lot of people say, they ain't no good snake. Well, I'm sorry, I beg to differ.
Yeah.
King snakes, black snakes.
King snakes have rings on them.
Like little yellow.
Red rings on their body.
Pastel rings, could be yellow or close to white or whatever.
And white, yep.
Yeah, but king snakes are beneficial snakes. They keep the copperheads away.
Yeah.
And black snakes, they keep rats. They're good snakes to have around your house. I never forget one of my listeners called me one day, Robert Shivers. He called me and says, Ray, I got a problem. I says, what? He says, there's a black snake in my attic. I says, it's not a problem.
Just let it be.
He said, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
But Ray, it's in my house. It doesn't like you any more than you like it. They don't come looking for people.
No.
Snakes are beneficial. They really are. Certain ones.
Yeah.
People. I'll never forget the one house I went to down in Harrisburg. Went under the house and there was a king snake up on the deck. And I went in and I says, now when you come out here, there's a king snake up on your deck. And I just leave it alone. He says, if my wife sees it, it's gone.
You're done, I'm done.
It's gone. Sure enough, I come outside after I was done because I was under the house, doing my thing.
Right.
I came out and that snake was dead. That woman came home and killed it.
Yeah.
But
fear.
And this fear thing with snakes is kind of crazy. But hey, it's your house. You kill what you want to. I'm not for me to say. But I've even scooted copperheads away sometimes.
Yeah,
I went down and picked up a dryer vent, little hood down at the ground level. Yeah. Just jerked on it because I was going to replace it.
Yeah.
There was a baby copperhead right under it. My fingers could have touched it even.
Yeah, those get chopped.
And then, I picked that sucker up, saw that copperhead, and I said, get out of here. Just put my boot on it and scooted it over because it was a little old bitty thing, baby.
Gosh, I remember going to Huntersville years ago when I was a young technician, and I never dealt with a snake before, and they said they got a snake, so the office said, you need to go. It's like, okay. So I go in this garage, and there's plexiglass, clear plexiglass stored, and it was behind there, and I had a shovel, and it wasn't a good scene after I got done, but it was. I got
what kind of snake was it?
It was a copperhead. It was huge.
It was a copperhead.
Oh, it was huge.
Big one.
Yeah, and I would have, So, but
I'm not advocating you don't kill copperheads. Okay, don't misunderstand.
I'd kill the copperhead.
Kill the copperhead in a heartbeat. Kill a copperhead.
they
The only
need to
reason
go.
I didn't kill it that day because, well, I just didn't have anything with me that I could kill it with, and I figured it was going somewhere when I left anyway. So get on out of here.
That's right. Get out of my way.
And get out of here. And like big spiders in crawl spaces. I've seen spiders so darn big.
The camelback crickets falling down on
Oh
you.
yeah, I love those.
Oh yeah, that'll wake you up. That's a sign of mildew spores and moisture, and they feed off that.
Yep.
On the subfloor.
I've been under a house one day over in old Elizabeth section.
Yeah.
I went under a house, and man, there were so many camel crickets under there. It was unreal.
Yeah.
And I was in the middle of them, and they just hop around and
Yeah, I've never had a problem with them. They just kind of stick to themselves. Unless you start, probing the structure, they start falling on you.
So when we have camel crickets that plentiful, we got issues with moisture.
Yeah, it's usually they're feeding off whatever's growing on the wood substructure,
Right.
which is, I'm not getting to that MOLD.
I hadn't seen camel crickets in years.
It's interesting because I don't go under as many homes, but I will go in basements and things like that. But you don't. It's interesting. I'm going to ask my guys if they run across those much.
I hadn't seen any in quite a few years. Of course, I'm not under houses like I once was.
Yeah.
Because there was a day that I was under houses every day.
Yeah. Sounds like you're under more than me. That's for sure.
Well, people say you like going into crawl spaces.
I enjoy it in the summer. It's nice and cool.
I was under one 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Not 2 days ago. Last week. Excuse me. End of last week.
I was in Chantilly neighborhood. My son has a rental house there, and I had to go under his house because something was going on with their HVAC, and the panel was off, and it was crazy.
Well, let's talk about the new craze. We talk about it here with Rhino Lift Foundation Solutions and encapsulating crawl spaces.
Yeah, it's a method of moisture.
That is over the past 20 years, encapsulating crawl spaces have become very, very popular methodology, and I think it's the silver bullet method myself. I think everybody thinks that the way to solve all issues is encapsulate a crawl space. I see old Les's head bob like this.
No, I mean I've never.
I agree with you.
It's
not a silver bullet.
I don't think so. As long I feel like as long as you address those issues, those things that we talked about in the beginning of the show.
Invasive water.
Right.
Water
diverting
intrusion.
water, having proper drainage, gutters, downspouts, and proper ventilation. I've always been a big believer. I've always been a big believer in, you put the 6 mil down, at least 6 mil, cover most of the ground in the crawl space, but have proper ventilation. But then so you either properly ventilate it or you properly encapsulate it. And where people get in trouble is when they try to encapsulate on their own, and they're creating other issues because they didn't really, and they're putting a dehumidifier under there, and there's cracks and the ventilators are not sealed up properly. So either ventilate.
That's what bothers me. You've got methodologies that you now have to be very much aware of, and you must implement certain science factors to moisture and ventilation.
And foam is another. Foam, we have a couple clients that just went to town on their subfloor with foam everywhere. Well, you just made a lot of your crawl space inaccessible for us to do visual inspections, So, and there's, foam has a place, but as far as a home with a crawl space, you have to have at least a 3-inch minimum inspection gap above that encapsulation system and the ledger, whatever.
Have you been in jobs that they seal that up?
Yeah, I've had people that they had to undo it. It's like I have friends that have done that.
Now, what we're referring to is when you encapsulate a crawl space.
Yeah,
I mean you put membrane up, yay high up the foundation walls. You must have at least a 3-inch gap between the encapsulation membrane and the framing structure to the raw foundation wall.
And the reason for that is so you can see those termite tubes that we spoke about previously. And I've been under crawl spaces that there's termite tubes. So now you have to deal with that encapsulation. How do you? So now you have to cut you got to cut it and treat it properly to eliminate the termites, and then tape it back. I mean,
like I said, it's not the silver bullet.
Yeah. So there's pros and cons to it.
It makes the crawl space nicer to go into.
You could live in there.
Yeah, you could. Well, some of them. Some of them, even though they're encapsulated, they did a lousy job. I've been under an encapsulated crawl space where all the tape was popping loose.
Yeah.
And the seams were wide open.
Craftsmanship.
Nobody had been in there for at least 5 years to look at it.
Right, because
and then again, you've got odor issues with some encapsulated crawl space membranes.
I've heard that, yes.
It smells like cat urine, and it's horrible smell. I hate it.
And then they have
and look, I'm not sitting here shooting encapsulating companies. I'm not trying to do that.
No, they have a purpose.
But there again, it's been a lot of homeowners have been led to believe that's the silver bullet answer, and it's not.
Correct.
It's not. Matter of fact, I've been under houses that have been encapsulated. They didn't address any water intrusion issues. No landscape issues were solved. Drainage issues were not remedied.
Right.
But yet, they went in there and put...
And that's where they fail. They
fail miserably.
Yeah.
And then they go and put a dehumidifier under your house. A dehumidifier is nothing more than a glorified air conditioner, pulling about, 8 to 12 amps. And it's not a cheap appliance to run. But yet you see a lot of dehumidifiers under houses. It's about balance. Now, who am I to criticize it? What do I know? Quite a bit.
That's right.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
After 56 years in the industry going under crawl spaces. Matter of fact, I'll tell you a story about my parents' house. We talked about the little 1,100 square foot
Windsor
house.
Park.
Windsor Park, yeah. That house never, ever, ever had a water issue in the crawl space. Never. Had hardwood floors throughout the house, oak floors, stained. Now, they had been carpeted over, but some of them were still visual, they could be seen.
Yep.
And in great shape.
In great shape.
Well, they went to sell the house. So what's the home inspector say? You got to put a membrane down. Well, when you put a membrane down in a house that's 40, 50, 60 years old, you just change the whole dynamic of the balance of what's existing.
A home inspector said that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't tell me it changed the dynamics. He just said we got to put a membrane down.
Yeah.
Well, the buyer says, well, we want a membrane down. I said, this house is over 50 years old. It's been operating just fine. Look at the crawl space.
Yeah.
No moisture involved. But we put them in. Within 3 weeks, the floors start separating and cracking and squeaking when you walk on it.
Moisture got stuck.
Because, no moisture.
Oh.
It took all the moisture out.
Okay,
See, whatever was there was 50 years old and balanced. But we took that away.
You have to have some type of moisture. Yeah,
you had some.
Yeah, you have to.
But the floor was fine.
But they eliminated it.
But then we changed the environment under that crawl space.
Yeah.
And took whatever moisture was in there out. And I put moisture meter on those floor systems many times. And it was fine.
Yeah, I've been under structures like that too, where there's no moisture barrier. It's 100 years old.
Yeah.
And it's 13, 14, 15% moisture.
Sure.
In the wood, which is really good.
Life is great. But yet you want a membrane? What for?
Yeah.
See where we come?
It's not for every property, I don't think.
But I'm going to say something now. I'm going to talk about something that's going on that a lot of people, it's happening. I've talked to home inspectors that go out and inspect new construction for potential buyers for a new house. And the feedback I'm getting for new construction now in the Charlotte area is horrible. And when I say it's horrible, what I'm saying is the quality of new construction has gone down substantially in the past 20 years. Big time. Big time. Why is that? Because we're not teaching carpentry or skills or tools or anything like it in our school system. It's affecting the quality of the houses being built today.
Yeah.
In a big way. A big way. But yet, you don't know it because you're a homeowner. And we have been dumbed down to the point where you've got 30. I'm not here to put people under the bus. But the fact of the matter is, why has construction quality gone down? Because lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Stupid has become a serious disease. I say that and everybody wants to laugh, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
We see it. Yeah, we see it a little bit.
Sure you do.
Yeah, we do.
It's hard not to see.
I think they don't have the skills. I think they're learning the skills when they first get hired.
They learn. Of course they'll learn, just like I learned.
I know, that's what, right. And they're not, we're not getting seasoned veterans anymore.
No. No, and here's
we saw this
thing.
coming, though, years ago.
What's that?
We saw this coming.
Oh, I've seen it coming for 30 years.
Yeah.
And I've talked about it, but yet I'm the problem.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you're just being negative. You're not being, no, I'm being realistic and I'm seeing what's happening.
Yeah.
When you got slabs cracking and heaving due to poor installation methods and poor construction practices, we got problems.
Yeah.
And it's all due to lack of knowledge. And now I'm going to throw something else at you to that point. I go to schools. I was in schools 2 weeks ago, and I talked to kids. Said, what are you going to do after high school? I'm going to go to a trade school. Les, where's your trade school in Charlotte?
I'm not aware of one.
There is one.
There's one.
There's one, Aspire Trade High School.
Okay.
I'm going to a career day this Friday from 8 a.m. Well, actually, it's 8:30 to noon. There's a trades career day or a career day at Aspire Trade High
Where's
School.
it located?
At the corner of Hambright and Beatty's Ford Road.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's where it's located. Now, but yet, you didn't know that. Most people don't know that. Kids don't know that. But yet, we're touting trade schools. Go to trade school and become an apprentice. Go to trade schools and learn a trade.
My grandkids will know now. When I see them, I'll let them know. They're in elementary, going to middle.
Middle schools are the prime age.
That's where you need to start.
That's where you need to start putting tools in kids' hands.
Yep.
But the sad part about that is middle school kids don't know what the trades are.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Middle school's hell in general, though.
Need a field trip.
That's why we're doing. You saw our space here at the Toolbox, right?
Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
think it's got potential.
It's got opportunity. Yeah, I think it.
We bring kids in here every Saturday morning now for a workshop, and as you see, we're cleaning it out, we're organizing and everything. And what we do, we come in here with the kids and we teach tools. Saturday, for example, I had a 17-year-old in here, never ever had a drill in his hand.
Oh gosh, it's a sin.
Never had a drill in his hand. 57-year-old gentleman here, 57, never had an impact driver in his hand. Never. Never had a variable speed reversible drill in his hand. Never. Now, it isn't their fault. I'm not here criticizing them personally.
Yeah, it's experience.
But it's what they've been shown, what they've been taught or not taught. You know, we've got a serious issue, and I say it's collective because, I got to tell the story about, I think I might have told you last week, but I went out to do a vent hood. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. I went and a gentleman called me and says, you were referred to me and said, I've got a vent hood that just doesn't seem to be operating well. Just doesn't move the air. I said, okay. Send me the make and model number. Open the doors above your vent hood and open the doors, take a picture and show me. Well, he did. And he had 6-inch versus 8-inch ductwork, which could be the culprit, could be. But I said, I'll come over there, and I was prepared to switch out all the 6 to 8. But it was going right out the back. But that wasn't the problem, really. Problem was I took the lower boot off over the damper, the little flap that opens when you turn it on.
Yes.
Opens, you know.
I'm aware of those.
It was taped shut.
Oh, gosh. Wasn't working properly.
Wasn't even working.
Yeah, right.
There was no air movement. So how in the world could it do its job? So what did I do? Took the tape off, pulled the damper up, made it work. Called the homeowner, says, I'm not tearing a hole in your wall today.
Yeah.
I'm just fixing the damper. It was tape closed. Now, see.
That's a great fix.
I mean, but why didn't the installer check the damper?
Didn't know.
Or when it was over, go outside and check the airflow.
Experience, no experience.
PutToolsInSchools.org.
Yeah.
We need support. We need support in a large way. How do we need support? All right. In order to teach the trades, we've got to have instructors. Would you agree or disagree?
Agreed.
Where do you get instructors? Where are you getting instructors? All people like me, we're going away. People like Les Grattan is going away. Seriously.
We're
going away. I'm
Hopefully it'll be a long
looking at
time
you
from now.
today, committing my time, 74-year-old dude who can still talk and walk and know a few things. I'm willing to give my time to teach. Who's willing to supply us the support to where we can get more people like me to teach more kids and more students, no matter what age they are? There's your problem. All these apprenticeship and trade schools coming up, teaching trades. Who's going to teach it? Where are you going to get the teachers? Where are the instructors coming from? I'm one, but I'm going away. Then who's got to follow? Who's following me?
Yeah.
Who's following you?
Yeah.
Kenneth,
yeah.
your son, fortunately.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate.
We've got no instructors, people. You think stupid's bad now? Give it 5 more years. It's bad. And then when I go off on a rant, I become the problem. We live in a really screwed up time where y'all don't want to know the truth, or much less do anything about it. I'm a man of action. Actions speak louder than words. Industry, step up. Every Saturday, we got a work day here. We need help. Where you at? This summer, we're going to have summer camps. We need instructors for daytime. Where you at? PutToolsInSchools.org. There are volunteer forms on there. You can go to the website, sign up. I'll reach out to you. But I can't do it all by myself. We can't do it all by ourselves. We need help. We need industry. Everybody talks about trades, apprenticeships, trades. But we don't have any trade schools. Need more trade schools.
Yep.
I don't want to be a trade school. I want to be a connector. I want to put tools in kids' hands and let them have the experience. Let them have the experience.
Yep.
That's
You
all
do
you
a good
gotta
job
do.
at that. You do a good job at that. I'm always been impressed how.
Well, I don't know why I do it, because it's a struggle, but I'm going to keep it up. But right now I'm going to talk about Rhino Lift. I already talked about it a little bit. Let's talk about Rhino Lift Foundations Solutions. A house, we talked about the quality of construction of houses today. Why are foundations failing? Why do they fail? Because they weren't done correctly to start with. They weren't done correctly from a concrete point of view or a rebar, steel, whatever the case may be. They were done inadequate. They weren't correct. So the foundation cracks. What can be done about it? You can call a company like Rhino Lift Foundation Solutions for answers and solutions. That's right. Rhino Lift Foundation Solutions. Two boys got together, created a company on their own, licensed general contractor in North and South Carolina, developed a company with complete transparency and honesty. They tell you what's wrong, you make the decision on how to fix it. They give you choices, they give you solutions. You make the decisions. That's RhinoLiftFoundations.com. That's RhinoLiftFoundations.com. Check them out. Kilo Exterminating. I got Les Grattan in the house today, but there's another company in Charlotte. Supreme, Superior, wonderful company. 1939, 3 generations old. Seems like there's bugs in their family. No, seriously, they have a love and a passion for correcting and giving solutions for pest control. That's kilo.biz, kilo.biz. Check them out. Today, Les Grattan, Grattan Pest Solutions in the house talking, well, pests, bugs, snakes, you name it. We're going to talk about it. What else we need to talk about we hadn't talked about?
Yeah, I would like to do a shout out for a birthday in the family.
Oh, absolutely.
So I want Anna and Emily are my twin nieces. Happy birthday.
How old are Anna and Emily?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Do you know?
Yeah, they're twins. I know that. And I'm going to say 23 or 24.
Okay, so they're young adults.
Yes, 20. Yeah, I'm going to shoot low. Hopefully I did.
What do the girls do?
Anna is a therapist, and Emily works in the healthcare.
Both of them are health.
Yeah,
in health
great,
and wellness.
Great ladies. So yeah, and I just so Grattan Pest Solutions. I just want to let everybody know, that we're family owned and operated, and we are our service revolves around safety. Our business revolves around safety. So if you ever have a pest question and a need, our approach is safe, proactive, effective, and we focus on integrated pest management techniques, and we provide year-round protection for anybody's home or business. I just wanted to put that out there. I didn't know how much time we had.
Oh, we got seven and a half minutes.
Oh, goodness. I'm sorry.
Oh, we got time.
Yeah.
I'm not pushing you.
Oh, yeah, I didn't.
I just want to see
I thought it was top of the hour.
If you had anything that you needed to cover that pop up, and homeowners need to know about.
Yeah. I guess the main thing I want to say is understand what you have, what you're seeing around your home or property or business, and just don't do a knee-jerk reaction and go out and buy something over the counter and just spray it everywhere.
The worst thing any homeowner can do is react.
Yeah.
Period. No matter what the case is, even a plumbing leak is react. You don't react unless you have a busted pipe, then it's time for reaction. Then you got to react. You got to cut the water off.
That's right. And know where the main cutoff is in your home.
Yeah, if you don't know these 3 things, where to cut the water off to your house, if you have one in the house, a valve that you can turn off. Most of them are ball valves, and they turn perpendicular, and they're off if it's a good one. Older homes have a ball, not a ball valve, but a screw valve on it, and located in a closet typically. But you need to know where to cut the water off at, where your main water valve is. You need to know that as a homeowner. Your main power cutoff, you need to know where your main disconnect is, where your circuit breakers are. You also need to know where if you've got gas, natural gas, you need to know where your main gas valve is. So many people don't know these things.
And have the proper tool to turn off your gas line.
Yep. You need to know these things. And the tool, what tool do you need? Well, go look at it and see.
Yeah, have it handy. Have it right there.
Yeah, and if you don't have tools, every house needs a toolbox.
Oh, yeah.
Most houses have a tool drawer. Am I right?
Yeah, I have several tool drawers. Yeah.
You got a tool drawer, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A big one, a little one, and a medium one.
That's funny. I remember growing up, my father was an electrician, but we always had a drawer in the kitchen.
Yeah,
with basic tools.
Yeah, we have a little drawer.
Basic tools, got to have them.
Yeah.
but every house needs a tool drawer. But back to the main cutoffs. These are things that, people just need to know. And, if you have a crawl space and you can find any way to crawl under there and just check it out, I would highly recommend it. Get familiar. Get intimate with your house. Intimate, meaning know your house inside and out. When's the last time you've been in your attic?
And be sure that crawl space door is properly sealed and there's no gaps where you can take your pinky finger and put it through the door, because that's a major entry point for mice, which we haven't talked about much. But
well, let's talk about it.
Yeah, and your garage door.
You get called out for mice?
Oh, mice. That's probably number 3.
Really?
Number 4. Yeah, a lot of. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've used your grills yet. When you uncover your grill, I remember one year I uncovered my grill and fired it up for the first time during the season, and a mouse jumped out the back of it.
Oh, really?
So, all that grease and things that get caught up under your gas grill, mice are attracted to those areas. Outside, outdoor living areas.
We talked about roaches being yucky and bugs and insects, spiders. A lot of people hate spiders.
Yeah, spiders are big, yeah.
And, people are afraid to death of spiders.
Spiders are really beneficial, most of them. And unfortunately,
and they don't hurt a thing.
The people that are fearful of spiders always think about the black widow or the brown recluse. And those are the 2 spiders that we really don't have an abundance of.
Brown recluse spiders are very seldom seen.
Not in Charlotte.
And now here's a pest control guy right here in the house.
Yeah.
How many brown recluse should we?
I've never found a brown recluse in Charlotte.
See?
There could have been one brought in from a box.
But there's a mimic spider that looks a lot like a brown recluse that people said, this is a brown recluse. No, it's not.
Yeah, wolf spiders get misidentified.
Right.
Yeah.
So spiders, and like I say, spiders, they don't bother nobody.
Yeah, they're beneficial. Yeah,
most insects, most bugs have purpose.
My mom used to name the spiders in our house.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
She was a kind woman.
Well, I had a spider lived under my shower down at the crack before I put the flooring down.
It's not bothering anybody.
I had a little old spider, and I talked to him every time I got in the shower. I said, you hang out where you just go back in there and hang out. I won't bother you. You don't bother me. And, then when Mary came over and visited, she didn't like the spider.
Oh, yeah.
She said, you got to get rid of your buddy. I says, who? What are you talking about? She said, that spider you talked to. And, but I like spiders. Spiders won't bother you. They don't come out and try to attack you. When's a spider ever reached out and tried to get you?
Unless you have orb weavers. The orb weavers they'll start you'll come outside your door and there'll be a spider web. Spiders are very active. They can, if you have a food source, they can attach a web. They get in tree canopies and the wind blows, and people don't realize that, but they come down and they're spinning a web. And
right.
All of a sudden they're attaching it to the structure that wasn't there 2 minutes ago.
I hear you. How do people get in touch with Les Grattan?
You can call us. Our office number is 704-614-6503. We also have a email. We get a lot of emails. You can email us at information, spelled out exactly like that, information at Grattan Pest Solutions with an S.com. And we're on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. You can contact us there. And
there you go.
Yeah, we're available.
Grattan, or you can Google Grattan Pest Solutions. That's what I tell everybody now. Just Google it.
Yep, Google it. Instagram.
Next Saturday, if you're listening on Saturday, we got Virginia Youngblood, an interior designer, decorator, going to come in the house and talk about interior designers, what it takes. Every Saturday morning on Fox Sports Charlotte, 9 to 11. Download the free app, stream it live. Tuesday mornings, 10 to noon, we're streaming live here on Facebook and YouTube. Every Saturday, so make it a great week. Virginia Youngblood talking, women in construction, women in nary, and what's it take to be an interior designer. Virginia's sweet lady, a lot of information. just, well, like Mr. Grattan here, a plethora of information. So go make it a great week. Find your neighbors, spread some love. As always, tune in every Saturday. We'll talk to you next Saturday right here on About